Hello and welcome to my official predictions video for tonight's WWE Payback pay-per-view. And I'll ask you to leave a like and subscribe so that you don't miss any future content from me. But then we're going to jump straight into the predictions, starting with Matt Riddle versus King Corbin. Why not? So these two have been going back and forth on SmackDown. Corbin's had the King's Ransom on Matt Riddle for quite a few weeks, basically since Riddle debuted, near enough. Shorty G's been involved, but these two finally going to meet in a singles match, hopefully with a conclusion, and hopefully move on to different programs from there. Simply put, my prediction is Matt Riddle to win. Corbin seems to be able to lose endlessly and not lose any steam, confidence, momentum, prestige, anything. He just loses and just carries on. He's not bothered. Matt Riddle's still new to SmackDown, new to the main roster. I think he could definitely do with the big victory here. And feels like Corbin's already kind of settled into a bit of a gatekeeper kind of role where people come up from NXT or, come in from Raw or, first feud kind of fodder and loses and then they move on to bigger and better things. So I'm going to pick Matt Riddle to win. Next, let's talk about the tag team match with Dominic and Rey Mysterio against, Seth Rollins and Murphy. So in my SummerSlam predictions, I actually predicted the Dominic Mysterio to pick up a surprise win, leading to this very tag match. So I predicted the match right, I just got the result wrong. But so we're coming into Payback. We've got a tag match, the Mysterios, Seth Rollins and Murphy. I feel like the Mysterios can pick up the win here. Murphy can take the fall, maybe even to Rey, to not try and put too much shine on Dominic and sort of turn the fans against him early. But there's a lot of ways they can go, but I feel like the Mysterios are going to pick up the win here. It only makes sense. A week ago, Seth picked up the win. And I know Seth's kind of on a roll at the moment, but he can take a not being pinned loss and continue his role. I just feel like, they need to give Rey and Dominic the win here. I would personally say. The next match. I'm going to go Keith Lee and Randy Orton, and the reason why I is because this is a tricky one. Randy Orton is on the run of his career at the moment, and Keith Lee's just come up from NXT, fresh off an NXT title run, fresh off making history as the first ever NXT and North American champion at the same time. Not that matters on main, doesn't matter to Vince at all, that sort of thing, but he's got momentum. The only thing is, they're going back to Orton and Drew at some point, but that's going to happen regardless of the result of this match. I don't know. I'm in two minds about this one. Keith Lee, again, like Matt Riddle, because he's new to the roster, kind of should pick up the win, but I feel like Randy Orton's a different caliber of first opponent than Baron Corbin. Like, no disrespect to Corbin, but it's just true. I'm gonna go with Orton. I'm gonna say Orton wins here. Picks up the win, and then I don't know. Maybe is it too soon for Drew to come back and make the save? After being written off on Monday. I don't know how long they're planning on dragging this out for, but I'm gonna pick Randy Orton to win. Not confident on that one particularly, but let's pick Orton to win. Okay. Up next, let's talk about the United States Championship match. Apollo Crews defending against Bobby Lashley. Now, I said in my SummerSlam predictions that Apollo was going to beat MVP and then move on to Lashley, who he would eventually lose the title to. Now, will that happen as soon as Payback? Quite possibly, to be honest. I'm going to go with it. I'm not 100% on this one either. I feel like Apollo could retain somehow. Could even pick up a DQ win or something to not actually beat Lashley. But he won the arm wrestle on Monday, so technically on the go home show he came out on top, which is usually a bad sign. Yeah, I'm going to pick Bobby Lashley to pick up the United States Championship here over Apollo Crews. So that's my pick. He's got MVP and Shelton Benjamin at ringside as well, so maybe some shenanigans there can lead to him picking up the win. Next, speaking of shenanigans, we've got the most shenanigan-y tag team match in recent memory. We have Bayley and Sasha Banks, who are having the ongoing issues have slowly started to escalate now, started to climb a bit. Defending the Women's Tag Team Championships against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, who openly hate each other, keep insulting each other, real odd couple, but they just both want to get their hands on Bayley and Sasha. See, I thought Payback was going to be where Bayley and Sasha lost the women's tag titles, and then they announced the challengers, and I'm like, I don't know. They've done the odd couple thing before. Like, look at Sheamus and Cesaro and how successful they ended up being. It's a tough one, this. It's a tough one purely because I can just see how the stories progress. Like, if Bayley and Sasha pick up the win, they can still continue down the breakup route. They can get a fluky victory here, but carry on the niggling, and it'll just take a little bit longer, which they don't seem to be in any rush to do this breakup. So, you know, they can take the time over it. And then Shayna and Nia can go at each other and have a program, you know, like a full program. Or Shayna and Nia can pick up the win and become like this odd couple successful team, which WWE are not averse to doing. They've done many, many times before. And they can accelerate the Bayley and Sasha breakup. I'm going to go with Bayley and Sasha to win and retain. We've already got a title change in the US title match. There's strong potential. I've not covered the Universal title match, but there's strong potential for a title change there as well. So I'm going to go with Bayley and Sasha to retain over Shayna and Nia Jax. And then Shayna and Nia can fall out over it and go into a feud. And we can continue the slow build breakup of Bayley and Sasha. I think that's my official prediction. Now, on to the main event. The triple threat match. It says no holds barred, but there's no DQ in triple threat matches anyway, so I don't see what difference that makes. But just to make it sound more brutal and aggressive, I guess. So the Universal title match, the new champion as of 1 week ago, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, defending against Braun Strowman, the former champion, and the returning Roman Reigns, who returned with a splash at the end of SummerSlam. And took out both Fiend and Braun to close the show. 50-50 on this. I think it's fair to say that Braun's there to take the loss. I think everyone can accept that. I sort of want to put faith in WWE and not have the Fiend's second title reign be 1 week, because they can use the Fiend beating Braun as like Roman's get out of jail free card here, where he doesn't have to win to be kept strong. He could even close the show standing tall, you know, like after the result. He can then flatten the Fiend again. But part of me's like, look at how they've brought him back and look at the fanfare, and do you really not have him win the title after that comeback? You know, again, they seem booked into quite a corner. They like to book themselves into corners recently, I've noticed in WWE. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have faith. This is a mistake, but I'm going to have faith. I'm going to pick the Fiend to retain here. Probably by beating Strowman, like I say. Keep rating strong and they'll go into a one-on-one program. But yeah, I'm going to pick the Fiend. Not confident. I'm not confident in that one. I'm not really confident in the women's tag title prediction. I'm not overly confident in the United States Championship prediction or the Keith Lee Randy Orton prediction. Not confident in most of them. I think the only one I'm really super confident in is the Matt Riddle one, so that'll probably be where I'm wrong. But yeah, let me know in the comments who you think is going to win each match. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown again. I think Matt Riddle's going to beat King Corbin. I think Dominic and Rey Mysterio are going to beat Seth Rollins and Murphy. I think Randy Orton's going to beat Keith Lee. I think Bobby Lashley's going to beat Apollo Crews. I think Bayley and Sasha are going to beat Shayna and Nia. And I think The Fiend is going to retain against Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. So they're my quick picks. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win, what you agree with, what you disagree with. Leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new here. There will be a review of this show, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. And we get to find out how well I did on predictions. And don't forget to share with your friends if you think they would enjoy as well. Also, check the description for my other channels, my social media, and my Patreon, where you can support me for just $1 per calendar month. I know of a special interest in the channels is EBEZASimsgames. I have done match simulations of 5 of the 6 matches on this card. So head over there and find out who WWE 2K20 thinks is going to win in computer versus computer matches. Who does the game predict will win at Payback? So go check that out. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Ebeza, you've been amazing, and I will see you next time.